Hello, I'm Patrick Parker. I am the CEO of Empower ID, and I'd just like to invite you to download and read our Guide to Authorization. This is a new white paper. It's quite in depth. It's about 60 pages, and it really goes through top to bottom some of the ideas behind what is authorization, um, how do applications make decisions, whether that decision-making process is internal to the application or in some cases external to a centralized decisioning service. How does that work? We get into the reasons for why applications should externalize decision-making if possible. Then we get into what are the different ways of externalizing decision-making. What are some of the technologies and components behind it? What are the different authorization models? Whether it might be RBAC based or role based decision making, whether it is something like an ABAC based or attribute based decision making process. We get into that down here as well. We also then talk about a new approach, which is kind of a hybrid between role-based and attribute-based, called policy-based access control, or PBAC. And what are some of the benefits of it? What are some of the areas or gaps that it still doesn't cover? And then we dive into what are the strengths of each, what are the weaknesses, which situations work best for each type. We also talk about, well, what happens if applications really cannot support an external decisioning engine. There's no way to call out for access. Then we talk about, well, in that case, you have to really use something like a provisioning service. So how do you do provisioning into applications? We get into that down here. What are the ways to push compliant access into applications and maintain it, even if the application doesn't support calling out? And then we dive into what are some best practices. So how can you design your authorization system that uses the best of RBAC, ABAC, and PBAC to cover all the cases that your enterprise needs, and also provide some intelligence and visibility so that you can see exactly what access your applications are granting, what is it allowing your users to do, to make it easy to understand your risk and to recertify this access. So as you can see, it's a pretty long discussion. It gets into a lot of different topics, and it's available for download. And if you have any issues downloading, just reach out to me directly. And of course, happy to get your feedback on it. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you find it valuable. And it's a living document, so we'll be updating it. So feel free to provide your insights, your opinions, your thoughts, and we'll work that into the next revision. Thank you very much.